What's up, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, whatever social media network you're watching me on? It's a pleasure to have you here with me today. It's the Deck Talking Devil on this gloomy Saturday afternoon. It's been raining all week here in Alabama, and I think tropical storm or something just landed down in Florida, and we're gonna get some of those residual effects making its way up here to Alabama. So, not looking forward to that. If you smoke cigars like I do, you know that when it's raining and windy, it just blows the smoke all over the place and makes for an unpleasant situation to smoke cigars in. Unless you're smoking indoors at a lounge, then it's not ideal. Hey, drinking on a little Reds peach ale today. Reading a couple of books that I actually loaned to a guy who was on his search for enlightenment, looking for truth. So I loaned him a few of my books. I got them back last week and I've been rereading them again. I've read these books probably 5 or 6 times, but I'm reading them again. Christianity Before Christ, John G. Jackson. That's a great book. The Book of the Teachings of Ptahhotep, the oldest book in the world. That's a good book. Chronology of the Bible, Dr. Yosef Ben Yakinen. That's a damn good book. Really short. I think it's like 30 some pages. And another one by Dr. Ben, The Myth of Genesis and Exodus. So I like that one too. Pretty good books, all centered around debunking the myth that's called Christianity, a stolen religion. But hey, I wanted to talk to you guys today about a very, very important issue. Very important. And a lot of times I get on here and I'm joking and making light, but this is very serious, and I really need you guys' help. If you've heard about the missing persons report coming from here in Birmingham, Alabama, I need you to put that in the comments below if you've heard about it. Let me know in the comment section below that you've heard about the missing girl report here in Birmingham, Alabama. Maybe you've heard the neighborhood mentioned Avondale, Alabama. No such fucking thing as Avondale, Alabama. Uh, it's a community here. It's actually the projects right next to the projects that I grew up in. Literally, I grew up 2 minutes from this neighborhood where this little girl went missing. I stayed in the adjacent projects right across the railroad tracks called Kingston Projects. Uh, so if you've heard about this missing girl report, her name is Kamille McKinney. They call her Cupcake. 3 years old. She went missing on the 12th of October. I think that was just last Saturday. Went missing at a birthday party over in the Avondale community. Again, Avondale is a neighborhood, it's not a fucking city. So some of these news media reports are saying Avondale, Alabama, as if Avondale is a city. It is not. It's a neighborhood here in Birmingham, Alabama, right next door to where I grew up. I still have family who lives in Avondale right now. So this issue really hits home because it's right here in my neck of the woods where I grew up at, and it's garnered national attention now because some of the confusion centered around this case. If you're here in Alabama, uh, I know you've gotten Amber Alerts and everything about missing girl 3 years old in some kind of Toyota Sequoia, Toyota 4Runner, or some kind of SUV that was like dark blue or something of that nature. This was last week or last weekend. And ever since, this case has grown more and more weird. And my heart goes out to the family, uh, to the little girl, because right now it's hard to say which members of the family are in on the plot to have the girl kidnapped. At first you're hearing all kind of confusing stories saying that the father kidnapped the girl. Then you heard it was the mother who kidnapped the girl. Now you're hearing stuff about some of the grandparents, and it is just hard to get straight facts from the media. So, if you know firsthand information about the missing girl, Kamille McKinney, aka Cupcake, baby girl that's 3 years old, if you know anything about her whereabouts, any straight facts to help clear up some of the confusion surrounding this case, please list that in the comments below. Guys, we've got to get together and we've got to find this young girl. We have to. We cannot in 2019 miss the age of information and all of this Black Lives Matter and all of these different movements that's going on with us supposedly being conscious and in the conscious community. If there was ever a reason for us to get together and make some shit go viral and make some shit happen, we do it when we want to come together and shut down a church, when we want to expose crooked pastors in our neighborhoods taking advantage of people. We do it when we want to have debates with varying ideas, when we want to expose a police plot or protest against police brutality and police shooting down young black men here in Birmingham, Alabama, again in the Galleria. When that shit went down, we rallied together in numbers. We boycotted. We withheld our funds. Well, now, if there was ever a time for us to do that, it is right now around this missing girl. We should be going door to door. We should be patrolling the streets. We should be putting the word out on the block. We should have networks of people in constant communication, listening and looking for tips. If we were ever to come together, now would be the time. This girl's 3 years old. I have two daughters myself, and I would be shaking heaven and fucking earth if one of them came up missing, and I would expect some support from my fellow citizens in my community and in my neighborhood because we're supposed to have each other's backs. So, if you know anything about this missing girl, Kamille McKinney, they call her Cupcake, who went missing October 12th, right here in Birmingham, Alabama. If you know anything, contact law enforcement, contact the family of the missing girl, and let's bring this baby girl home to her family, safe and sound, so that she can be in the arms of those who truly love her. This has been the Deck Talking Devil. Until next time, keep smoking, my friend.